All right, check this out. If you're in the last mile delivery industry, we have created something that's just for you. We've called it the Last2First Huddle, or the L2F Huddle. We can come into an ecosystem or community built for the last mile by the last mile. Now, you'll be able to get access to educational courses, right? Playbooks, as I call them. We build playbooks teaching you everything from A to Z in the last mile industry. Everything from how to set your right driver model, to how to navigate misclassification issues, to how to find customers, how to price that work, how to operate it, all the way through to if you want to buy a company, how do you value those businesses. We also have an AI tool called Ask Miles. Miles will answer any how-to question about the industry. I've personally trained it myself. It's pretty damn good. And then also, we're about community. So you're going to access coaches, experts. We have film studies or weekly calls. You'll be able to deep dive into workshops. Look, this is the place to be if you're in the last mile industry. L2Fhuddle.com. I'll see you inside. It's time to huddle up. Let's do it.
He was just like, have you ever thought about creating like generational wealth for yourself or creating a business? And I was just like, the generational wealth part, yes, but a business for myself, no. And he was just like, well, why not? And I was just like, I just never thought about it. I said, I know I have a good aura energy to like to with people, but for me to like promote something, I was like, oh no, I don't know what the impact I can do. So he kind of like gave me some, excuse me. Yeah. He had given me some tips to get my LLC, my business bank account, so I could start getting some business revenue. And from there, that's when I started researching other companies, attending their webinars to learn how to get onto their, potential contracts, and attending trucking events.
Got it. See, so I'm going to figure this out. So you kind of had the entrepreneurial bug start to bite a little bit, where you're like, this is something I think I can get into. Mm-hmm. And so you ultimately start off doing, working in gig apps, right? So which is not uncommon. But I think a lot of people that come brand new into it, probably at like that driver level, some of the lower hanging fruit kind of work is the gig app work, right? So what were the first few apps that you got on, and how was that experience was it consistent for you? Were you making money? Like, what did you learn in those first few, I guess, months of doing gig work?
The first few were like, of course, the Uber and the Lyft, driving people. That's okay, but a lot of people don't have respect for your vehicle. There's nothing against people, but I was just, I'd offer like mint or water just to kind of keep them, or a phone charger just to keep them comfortable at bay. I started doing like catering apps. That was big. All around Killeen and Austin, and auto parts. I was able to do auto part deliveries and then medical deliveries as well. Once that came in, that was inspiring to me, because I had already did. I was already on the stage doing the medical work of the medical assistant, so being able to be in the background and still provide care behind the scenes, that was awesome.
So, and did you have any funding, any reserves at this point, or were you kind of just living off the money you made off the apps?
I was literally living off the money I made off the apps.
How consistent were you? How many orders per day were you doing roughly? How much money were you making a week roughly? Like, give me some sense. Like, I'm trying to paint the picture of like the early days of your journey.
The early days, starting off on my sedan, I was making about $250 to $300, and I was just like, that's not
per week.
Per day.
Per day. Okay.
Yes, and then I started doing more research for more opportunities though for a car, and it wasn't that. I couldn't get really much with that. But when I upgraded to an SUV, people were like, "Oh, okay, yeah." So I started getting like recycled diaper routes, auto part routes, and then I started getting like a medical, some airplane part deliveries.
Got it. And it's all coming through gig apps.
Mm-hmm.
All yes. Right. Awesome. Okay, so I know at some point you kind of transition beyond just doing the gig app work, right? Mm-hmm. But before we get there, what were, at some point you had to say, look, I want more, right? So you mentioned like you got a bigger vehicle and that opened up some opportunities. But at what point did you say, like, I want to actually get beyond just this on demand, kind of waking up and not knowing really what I'm gonna do today type of work?
When did I get there?
And maybe you still do a lot of it today. I don't know. Maybe it's still a big part of what you do today.
Yeah, it's still there. I'm still growing. I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just like I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck in a sense. I'm my own boss now, and here I am still living paycheck to paycheck in a sense. So I was just like, I need to go into rooms and have conversations with people and learn a little bit more and do some research. And from that, like I said, the company I'm still with today, they reached out to me. I don't know if I'm able to say like LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, via LinkedIn, and they asked me if I had cargo van. I said I don't, but I have drivers that have the cargo vans to add the capacity to do the work, and they're like, okay, and that's
At that point you had, so what company was it?
Jitsu Delivery.